Good afternoon, traders and investors. Welcome to be a wild 30 minutes here of the closing print. I'm just going to give the S&Ps. We're green here, 17 handles, but I'm going to pull down the charts here real quick. We're going to bring in triple D and triple D, man. 100-point range in the S&Ps. What a day in the markets.
Yeah, wild. It was looking really ugly early, and obviously we had the bounce, which the bounce came a little later. I thought we were bouncing early, and it kind of caught me a little bit by surprise because we bounced and then we dumped again. Not so much on the SPY, but if you look, and obviously, we did dump again in the afternoon too. It's been a choppy. Let's say it's been a chop fest there.
All right, I got a 5-star level for you, and
Yeah.
I tweeted it out. IWM, and this happened. Look at this. You got ahead of the high of the move. You got a triple top here. Oh, it did get to 324 or 224. Look at that. That triple area, it's rejected. If you're looking for the high in
Mm.
the move here, there's a great level for in the
Yeah, that's a resistance
IWM.
up
But
there.
we were talking before we came on air, and
Yeah.
I tried some bottom fishing in the S&Ps this morning, and I got my ass handed to me, but was able to recover a little bit on the short side. But you had your shopping list out, and
I did. We
yeah,
And we
what you go
talked
for?
about a few of these stocks on pre-market prep this morning. So I was just doing, looking at valuations, looking, and saying some of these AI plays have come down substantially. Not Nvidia hasn't come down much, although Nvidia bounced too. But take a look at something like SMCI. I mean, we're talking about a stock that, obviously had the ridiculous run from 300 to 1200. Well, you get back down in the 600s today, obviously bottoming at 663 today. You're talking about stock down 45% from the highs. And I was kind of looking at what you were looking at, Joel. Could you have the potential like that 671 low that we got back in April? Is there the potential for a little double bottom action there? I'm like, maybe there is. And this is definitely bottom fishing, stock breaking down, trying to be a hero kind of a hero trade to a certain extent. But I did do a little bit of buying in SMC. I only took a half size position. When I take these half size positions, I'm not very convicted. But when I go to my trusty Benzinga Pro and I'm looking at the details, and this is what I was doing, I'm like, some of these stocks are not crazy priced anymore. SMCI, if they can hit these forward estimates, is only trading currently 19 times forward earnings. Now it's 39 times on a PE, but if we think that AI is going to continue, if we think there's going to be continued demand there and it wasn't all pull forward, paying 19 times forward for SMCI is a lot better than paying 35 times, which we were paying back in April. So I took a little half size position, a starter position in SMCI.
All right, I just pulled up the pro. Are you seeing it here? Do I have it up there?
Uh, yeah, I think you got it. Yeah, and if you
Yeah,
go down, you
yeah.
can see what I'm looking at, the PE there. Here, we're advertising. Benzinga, we advertise for you all the time, even not on your shows. Benzinga Pro. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And they
Right here.
update those. They take the current estimates, they're plugging them in, and the forward estimates. And those are just estimates. We don't know that they're going to hit these estimates. If they don't hit those estimates, obviously stock's probably going to go lower. But, I'm just looking. And then I did the same exercise with Dell. And I doubled my position in Dell today. So if you bring up the DELL, that'll get you the news on that end. But if you go to the details on the other end, you'll see what I'm looking at here too, Joel.
Wow,
I'm looking at
15.
a PE of 14 on the forward basis. Not getting crazy expensive anymore. And the stock has come down substantially. So I bought it this morning at 111. I got pretty dang close to the lows here, I think. But it's still not far off the lows, 112. But if we look at where Dell has been, obviously got way overdone at $179. But this is not just a correction for Dell. This is a meaningful, retracement of almost the entire bloody move. So, really when AI started in January, we started around $89. So you're not far from giving back, a good 2/3 of the move, if not 3/4 of the move. I don't think the story's over here yet. So, that's why I increased my position in Dow too. So I bought some Dow. I
Well,
bought
real
some.
quick before you move on, we'll do this in a second. What about so have you always been a forward PE guy, or because I'm looking, the PEs are a little bit higher. Have
Yeah,
you?
I kind of always have looked at the forward Ps
Okay.
because those
Okay.
are off analyst current projections because it's giving you the growth in there. And I mean, if you were looking at trailing PEs on Nvidia, that's when everybody's saying when Nvidia was $40, people were saying it's trading 120 times earnings. How do you make money? But the forward was always, it was 27 times forward earnings when I started buying that thing. 27 times. You can see now the current PE coming down because it's trailing. It wasn't looking at the growth that they were experiencing. So the PE forward, again, is off estimates. And people say, we can't use estimates. You got to use, you've got the hardcore CFAs and be like, well, you don't know. Those are just projections. These aren't the real numbers. We want to go off the real numbers. You know why you get a lot more off projections than you do off the real numbers? Because if you were looking at the PE of NVIDIA a year ago, you would have saw 120 and you'd be like, well, I'm not going to pay $40 for NVIDIA. Now we know it's $114 and it's growing and the PE is going down because we were looking at the forward PE. And it was Dan Niles. The original reason I bought NVIDIA at 400, which is pre-split 40 back in October of last year, was because of Dan Niles. And a lot of people come on CNBC, and we should try to get Dan Niles on the show sometime. I respect that guy so much. He makes fantastic calls. And he said on CNBC back in October last year, he's like, this is the biggest no-brainer of all of them. They're growing like crazy. It's trading 26 times forward earnings. He's like, this is the biggest no-brainer of them all. And he was absolutely correct. So all the money I made in NVIDIA was basically thanks to Dan Niles. So, and I listened to him. When he is on CNBC, I have CNBC on mute. When Dan Niles on there, I turn it on. I listen to every single word that guy says. That guy is smart, man.
And
even my other buddy up great was like, man, this Dan Niles guy is smart. I was like, I know it. I watch that guy. That guy is smart.
So, like when you're saying this, I'm thinking that you're going to say you were doing the opposite of Dan Nathan. You can
do opposite Dan Nathan too, but I'm not going to pick on Dan Nathan anymore. I picked on him too much.
Okay.
He actually was on the show the one day, and I know he was talking about people like me, but he's like, these guys on Twitter, they keep picking on me, and I had picked on him a little bit. So I kind of felt bad after that. And I'm like, why say something? My mom would say, don't say something nice if you can't say, or don't say anything at all if you can't say something nice. So I'm trying to lay off the picking on people. I picked on Kathy a lot. I picked on Dan Nathan a lot. I've picked on Jim Cramer in the past, but I've turned to Jim Cramer. You know that. In the last year, I kind of like Jim Cramer a little bit more with his calls. I try to stop picking on people as much. I'm a better person in my older age.
Is there anything else that caught your fancy today?
Yeah, I bought more Tesla today. So I've been talking about buying more Tesla. I've been talking about buying more Tesla. It was already the biggest position in my long-term portfolio. I made it a little bit bigger, bought about 25% more Tesla today. I picked it up not too far from 220. I bought it at 220 today. The reason was two reasons. One, I want more in the long-term portfolio, but it wasn't breaching the previous day's low. And I don't, and I'm like thinking, maybe I'm going to get this at 200. I've been thinking, maybe I'm going to get more at 200. And I'm scared. I'm like, well, I didn't like that it was up on a down day. I didn't like, and here I am totally talking against my book. I don't like it because I wanted it lower to buy more. And I was just scared that what if it doesn't breach the previous days? What if it puts into double bottom? What if it starts to look good again? I really believe, and the funny thing is, I had this conversation with Spencer in the car. It's a funny conversation. We were just driving out to my father-in-law's cottage for lunch today. And my boy's 9 years old, and he's like interested in Tesla. Tesla goes by us, and he talks about it. And he's interested in money. He loves money. And he's asking me, about, the Tesla cars and full self-drive and humanoids. And I'm like, eventually, like when you get, older, 5-10 years down the road, all these monotonous tasks, like doing the dishes, taking out the trash, driving your car. I'm like, this is what Elon Musk is trying to solve. He's trying to stop you from having to do these monotonous tasks. And Spencer looks up at me and says, so he's trying to make everybody lazy. And I'm like, exactly. I'm like, this kid's got it all figured out. He says he's trying to make everybody lazy. I'm like, you know what? You're kind of right. I'm like, that's funny. That is true, actually. So anyways, that's a conversation I had with Spencer, just, telling
that's
him
a great
but that's
one.
really what Musk is trying to do is get rid of all the monotonous tasks so we can all do more important things. And I mean, that's what he's trying to solve. Like the car will drive itself. The robot will clean the dishes. The robot will sweep the floors. The robot will vacuum the floors. The robot will cut your lawn. That's what he's trying to accomplish here. I think he's going to do it. And that's why I've got my money on Tesla. That's why I put a big bet on Tesla, bigger than I normally do. It's about twice the size of a normal position for me. So it's a double size position. I kind of want to make it a 3-time or a 4-time size position. But I'm just like, I'm almost like dollar cost averaging into it at this point. Like I'm like, I'll buy a little bit more today. I don't want to miss. If it goes down to 200, great, I'll buy more. It goes down to 180, great, I'll buy more. It goes up to 250, well, I'll have to wait for a dip to buy some more. But I definitely believe in Tesla. I've drank the Kool-Aid. I may be wrong, folks. Maybe it crashes and burns. Maybe full self-driving and the bots go full Skynet and kill us all.
All
Sorry
right,
if that
I'm
happens,
gonna.
but I'm in. I'm in.
All right, I want to make a technical.
Yeah,
Because
please.
I don't want to like whatever the end. I just, I actually, I was gonna text you yesterday because like I felt bad about Tesla. I've probably felt worse about it going down than you did. Because I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be hindsight capital or whatever. But let's just look at this very technically. This has to get over 226 on the hop. I know you're looking farther term, but it's got a matching highs there at 226. So I would love for it to see it breach 226
Hmm.
and go up and fill this gap. And then
Ooh,
when
that
it
gap
fills
fill.
the gap, you will sell that little extra piece that you bought.
No, I'm
Okay.
not selling. I'm trying to just hold. I'm a
Okay.
hodler in Tesla. I'm trying not to look at it. It's like I'll buy a little bit more. I'll make some money stock trading and my day trading. I'll put it in Tesla. Make a little. That's what Jeremy Newsom does. He buys, he puts a little in Bitcoin. And he makes money trading. He puts it in Tesla and he makes money trading. We're kind of, although I don't buy that much Bitcoin anymore. Maybe I should go back into Bitcoin. But so those were the three purchases today. And then the one stock that I did sell,
I know what
raised
it
some cash.
is. Okay. It's. I thought you might have sold something else on the bounce. VKTX,
I did.
right?
I sold Viking Therapeutics because I feel like it's too much too fast. And here's my thought process is they're going into the third phase. They're going to need to finance these trials. There's probably going to be another offering coming. And not only that is they're
Oh.
talking about a potential takeout. They're really playing for a takeout here. I think this is a stock I would get back in eventually. But at this point in time, every time this has popped 20, 30% on data, it's been a selling
It
opportunity. And I
has.
don't think that changes here at this point in time. It may get taken out, and maybe Guy Adami could get taken out at $100 or something, but that's a lot of money really fast, folks. That's a big pop. This was a big loser in my portfolio, and I took it basically, back up to to almost to scratch. So I mean, I bought yeah. So yeah, here, never sell at a loss, right? Jokingly, but this was one that I kind of regretted buying because when I bought this originally too, Joel, there was no other like this was going to be number 3, and it might still be number 3, but now Amgen's talking about it, Pfizer's talking about it, big guns are talking about the weight loss drugs, and they're going to be popping up all over the place. So I was like, well, what if 1, their trials fail, or 2, they don't get bought out, and they need more money. I just think, it's been it was a good pop today. I think it's too much too fast. That's all. I'm not against rebuying this in the 50s though.
Okay, and I just will say that I like to review some of the shows when I'm gone just to catch up on the market. And I heard you last Thursday, 1 week ago, talking about Lilly, and you were worried about Eli
Very
Lilly.
worried.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still remain very worried about Eli Lilly. And you know what? And I was bearish at, just for a while here now because I just thought it was overdone. When it got to 800, then 850, then 900, I was like, the valuation here is just crazy. And I mean, at a certain point, folks, valuation does matter. And at its core, I'm still a value investor. I'm a guy that doesn't like paying 50, 60, 80 times earnings. That video was just a good story because we kind of felt like it wasn't as expensive as everybody thought it was. It wasn't like I was chasing and there's people say, why don't you buy CrowdStrike? Because that valuation's still not even remotely reasonable. So, I mean, at its core, I'm still a value guy, and I have struggled getting away from that.
Oh,
SMCI value, when I first bought that, was 15 times earnings. I mean, at 300, it was 250, I think I bought. I don't remember, 240, I think I paid SMCI. That was, and obviously, it's
wow,
over.
CrowdStrike. Did you see this today?
Yeah, made new lows again on the move.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's not really participating much in the rally either. I don't know if it's done yet, folks. I know I'd like to say CrowdStrike, it was 300 and it was a nice momentum. And I liked it, when it's breaking out and had the momentum, but that was as a trade. It doesn't have any momentum anymore. And I was wrong on the trade. I mean, I bought at 392 and stopped out at 380. And that's what you got to do. Like, I thought it was going to go over 400. I'm going to play this from the Momo side. It wasn't in my long-term portfolio. I'm just buying it, as a trade. And, if it's as a trade, you have to keep it as a trade and you have to respect stop losses. If you're buying something for a long-term investment, you can be a lot more loose. I mean, if you're not on margin, you're not buying calls, you don't have to time stuff as perfect. When you're trading, you've got to be right. And it looked like it wanted to go over 400 and it just did not. It got rejected. Then obviously, it started to leak, and then obviously the data issue, and then, that now you're down here and down 150 points from where it was. Is there going to be a buying point in CrowdStrike? Absolutely. But it hasn't even stopped going down yet. It's made a new low every single day. every single candle's been a smidgen lower.
I
So I'm
know.
like, at least stop and don't buy it until at least it shows you reasonable, like it's not. And again, maybe if you're a long-term investor, CrowdStrike's going to grow into the valuation. Maybe it is, but it's not a cheap stock.
I thought when you did tell me about the VKTX, but I thought you might have snuck out of the threw in the towel on American Airlines today. Did you see the
Nice
reversal?
reversal.
Did you see the
Yeah,
reversal in the
nice
stock?
reversal. No, I still have it. I been a dog of all dogs. Nice reversal. I should look at my account. My account's probably doing pretty good today, but with the VKTX pop and and a couple stocks that I bought, and obviously American Airlines reversing, IWM's doing well. I have a lot of that. My Bristol Myers, kind of scared on the Bristol Myers reports earnings tomorrow here, Joel. Am I taking it through the earnings? I am, I guess.
Wow,
So
man, that's had a nice move. So okay,
yeah.
we got just only a few minutes here. I know you want to hop. It's going to
Well,
be a
big guns
big.
tonight.
Yeah.
Amazon, I own that. My wife's RSP in her long-term portfolio. We got Roku. I'm just looking at the list. So tonight, Amazon and Roku, probably the two main names. Got Deckers, Juniper.
Amazon. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, Amazon is tonight. I
Wow. I
have it
don't.
tonight. Am I wrong? It's on my
Um.
list. I'm pretty sure it's tonight.
I mean, your list is probably as good as my
I'm
list.
pretty sure that's right from Benzinga Pro. I'm fairly confident
Really?
Amazon is tonight. Am I sleeping on
No,
this?
no, no, no. I just I bring up a couple of lists, and I don't.
Am I wrong? I could
Yeah.
be
No,
wrong.
no. You can never wrong.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, it might be. I don't know. Maybe I took it from the list. Maybe it moved. I'm looking right now. You got me thinking. Amazon chat, help me out. I'm pretty sure Amazon's tonight.
Because we haven't been
Am I?
talking about it.
Well, I'm going to look right now. I'm going to look at another calendar
Okay, I
here.
pulled
Today
that.
is the 25th. Yeah, I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I have. Why do I have Amazon on my list? It's not tonight. When is Amazon?
I don't know. I just
I
because
think the pros got it tonight. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
I don't know. Our chat's usually really good at telling us when we're
Hang on.
wrong
We're going
here.
to look. We got to verify this.
Yeah, because
I
that's
had it
big.
on my list. Maybe I can't
th-
believe I'm going to be wrong on this. Now my pro's not working here. I don't know why I
That's
can't
not
have the
good.
pro.
I have
Calendar, earnings,
no August 1st, Dennis.
tonight.
It's August 1st.
Yeah, it's. Was it wrong in the pro? It's
No, it
not in the
says
pro.
it,
I must have wrote
it
it down wrong. It's not tonight. Yeah, it is not tonight. It's next week.
okay.
Oh, it
Okay,
is
we're
next week. Why did I write that down? I'm looking wrong. I have it Thursday, but I have it Thursday of next week. Right here. It's with Apple, Thursday of next week. Why in the hell did I write that down? Scribble that out. I wrote it down twice. My bad. Sorry. Amazon is not tonight. Not tonight. I'm dead wrong. And the pro
okay.
had it right. It's Thursday, but I'm on the wrong week. It's Thursday of next week.
Yeah,
Okay, so
we have Boston beer.
I'm just scared I did them all wrong then. I grabbed the wrong date when I was writing them all down. I do this like I do this daily. I look through them all. I want to make sure I'm not
Yeah,
wrong on all these earnings. No, I think I just wrote Amazon down wrong. That's unbelievable.
we
Sorry,
have
folks.
we have our triple M in the
No,
morning.
Roku's not tonight either. Roku's next week too. I wrote the dang. You know what I did? Because I go to
What?
my pro, I put the wrong Thursday in on my earnings. That's terrible. Roku's next Thursday too.
Okay, all
That's a
right.
big screw up.
Okay, don't worry about
Is
it. At least
Bristol Myers report tomorrow morning? Am I right with
yes,
that?
yes,
Did I get
yes,
tomorrow morning right?
yes.
Okay, I'm going and checking all these now. This is why I do
I
the show, to catch my bloody mistakes. Yeah, Colgate. So I do have it right. So what I did
yep.
wrong is I have all these stocks listed that report tonight. It's next Thursday. I had, for some reason, I put the wrong bloody Thursday down. Yeah, I was wondering why nobody was talking about Amazon. I actually thought that myself. I'm like, why is the media not even focused on the reports tonight? Okay, so here
Uh,
we go. We're looking through
we got Deckers
26,
though. Have you seen these
27th
Deckers?
tonight.
Have you seen the Deckers and the A and F charts lately?
No.
Okay, and are
Oh
you ready
gosh, it's
for
only
this
1
one?
minute to.
I'm a little worried about Aaron. Did you see Lululemon today?
No. Wow, it's ugly.
Yeah,
That's a story of slowing growth. When you have ridiculously high valuations and then the growth slows, you're in a whole lot of trouble. That's Lululemon's story. I'm not
yeah.
getting in there anytime soon. Maybe eventually it'll be a turnaround story, but we don't know it's not Under Armour. I'm staying away from that one. I
Okay.
can't
All
believe I
right.
wrote every single one of these earnings is next week's. I wrote them all down. Oh, no, Juniper, I'm right though. What the hell is going on here?
What were you doing, man? Were you drinking
I
that?
looked at the pro. Did the pro mess up this
I
morning?
don't know. I
Okay, we're
look at
going through the big ones. Who reports? Chad, help me out here. So I'm looking here. I've got
okay.
reporting tonight: NSC, HIG, OLN,
Deckers. Deckers.
Deckers. Yeah, I'm right. I, for whatever reason, just had Amazon and Roku, and I can see they're clearly on the Thursday of next week. So I have them written on my sheet,
Yeah.
and they're written next week too. So I wrote them
Uh
down twice. Bad. Okay.
it, and yeah, you got BJ's Restaurant, not real big. Verizine, Boyd Gaming, and then I guess the
Yeah.
fireworks would be with the Deckers.
So
And
there
then
isn't a lot of big ones tonight,
no,
and there's not
no.
a lot of big ones tomorrow morning either. 3M, Bristol Myers, Colgate. That's pretty much it. Next week, though, Joel.
Yeah.
Next
Woohoo!
week is dead serious. Microsoft and AMD are on Tuesday. Wednesday's Meta and Qualcomm. Thursday, Apple, Amazon, Intel, Square, Snapchat. Woo-wee, Roku. Yep.
Yeah.
Going to be a busy one
Mookie
next week.
Wilson is saying that you got into that Pabst Blue Ribbon a little bit too
Did
early.
you see that? I
Yeah.
PBR. I was at the. So I did. I went to the cottage, had a beer there, and it had the PBR strong there. I was like, I've never had a PBR strong. I like PBR. It wasn't bad. It was 5.9 though. I'm like, usually I drink Miller Lite at 4. 5.9. No wonder I'm rating my stuff all down wrong. This is going to be a dangerous night for me. This PBR
Yeah.
strong. I'm feeling the effects of this thing.
Maybe you should take the tonight off, man. Okay.
I
All
think
right.
maybe.
We are past your 350 deadline.
See you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I'm
Enjoy.
glad you were on. Holy mackerel. All right, folks.
What?
We have something
PBR
going on.
strong.
Yeah, nice advertisement, folks. We are fading into the close here. What a day of volatility! Now coming back towards the lows of the session. Elon, hi Joel. What do you think? No rebound today. There was a hell of a rebound. I don't see a bottom yet, Elon, and the reason is like I don't have. I mean, I was looking at 44.75 this morning and I got stopped out almost immediately as soon as I bought it there. That's what you get going to trend. Of course, going back on the upside, if you would have bought it, you would have been whistling Dixie. But I only have one low in this area. Right now, I'm not, if we defend the 32.50 low overnight, which we very well could, that's fine and dandy. If not, you got to look towards 5,400 basis the S&Ps. That was a quad bottom after we made a new all-time high, and we just sat there for 3 or 4 days. So really, before moves, Elon, after you get this kind of volatility, before you go back up, you got to stop going down, right? And either stop going down a couple days of consolidation, a few lows in the same area, maybe a few closes. Who knows? We may close unchanged on the day, but you need to just have a little bit of patience here, and that's what you don't always get in the markets. On that one, alpaca, I gave that one about a 10-point stop. So that I got tagged there. 44.75 and it 43.75 and the low was 32.50. So hey, you win some, you lose some. There was only one low at that area. What I wanted to mention, IWM here, triple top. I mentioned that. That's a big area, 225. I'd be a little bit cautious until we got through there. Let's look at some stocks from the chat. Easy Mike says TLT's a sell. He doesn't know how much interest rates are going to be coming down. Interesting formation here. If you want to lean on the pair, you got a trio of highs at 93. So until you breach through that 93 area, I'm not going to disagree with you on that. That's looking at the TLT. S&Ps are slipping into the close here. The bonds, a little bit different chart because now we're into 40 handle, folks. We are only 16. People are getting absolutely roasted today. I'm not always right. I could prove to you I'm not always right. Just ask my wife. I'm never right. Um, but there you go. We're slipping back towards the lows of the session. Jagger coming up. Well, I sure hope Jagger. I'm a Jagger 9112. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that this is not a penny stock. If it is, Nope, it's not a penny stock at all. It's a stock that had a very nice move. Clavio Inc. I have no idea what they do. I wish you would have asked me before the show because I would have said, hey, how could you go wrong trying to buy this thing around 25? You got super extra major support from 24 and a half to 25. That's not what you're concerned about. What you need here, I'm looking at the upside. And I don't like failing over 27 here. Pair of highs in March 27 08 27.14. You poke 27.14 today. You've only backed off 40, 30, 40 cents. But what you need to do is you need to make a base, a higher low, much above these lows, maybe 26.30, maybe 26.40. Build a base, get a little momentum, and then push you through the 27. Yep, it is an IPO that's gone down. But I'm really focused on this 27, 27, 10 area. A little bit longer term, if you could clear that area, I will do this for you because I think you're new. I'm not really sure. Hard to keep track because a lot of you guys change your names on me all the time, so I don't figure out and get mad at you. But boy, boom, longer term here, low them. I mean, 30 and a half if you really want to get excited about this. Every time we get a pop, we get the sellers coming in, and they're just pestering this thing, Elon. So, boo, we are close. File through to the. This is bad. File through and Google to the downside. Didn't hold yesterday's low. We got a date with the trio of lows at the 165 area. That's where you were on the gap up after last earnings. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And all right, what else do we have? We have 3 minutes left here. Carmen says RCAP won't be a pretty stock much longer. Well, 233. That's a reverse split stock off the screen. What else do we have? What else did we miss here? Scrolling back up. Boom, boom, boom. What symbols did I miss? Spillbuyer LP, a very loyal listener in the morning, in the afternoon. L3 Harris Technology. No, that's not a new all-time high, but it's a recent high. Not sure the catalyst. Maybe it had earnings. I don't know if it had earnings today. Play this up. See if you can get to 249.09. That was your high back here at the end of 2022. You get back up to that area, then you're looking at a major breakout. But I think you could have another 6 points on the bone there. I'm not seeing any daily lows there. Well, folks, this is not the way I wanted this session to end. Well, it was so promising here when we were up over 5,500. That looks like it's going to be a distant memory. In fact, we are closing much closer to the lows of the session. So if you were chasing, oh boy, the be careful. I don't know what the earnings are going to be overnight. Last for Kevin Nierenhausen, shop till you drop. And I bet you that, oh boy, 70, little bit of a bounce today. I mean, you're in an area, man, a monthly support, 58.04 last month's or this month's low, 58.38. I think you got to cut loose if you take out this 58 here. Your next monthly low comes in at 56.39. Nothing but sellers here coming into the close. This euphoria that took us up over 50 at 55, 33 and a quarter, 100 up, 100 down. Holy mackerel. This is going to be a fun session tomorrow. Eric Kroll joining us on tomorrow's show, talk to IPO and the growth stocks. I want everyone to rest up this evening. We are going to have another wild days in the market. And you always do, I'll do it before I mention it. The highs of the lows made on the week on a Friday. And the way things are looking right now, folks, all you have to do is take out 32 and a half on the downside. Must be some big selling closes, a balance. If you bought the dip or the rip here, you're underwater. Just remember, boom, you could get flat and reevaluate. Closing print to my naked eye would be 44.41. That's down 30 handles on the session. Big shout out to Triple G for joining me here on the closing print. Russ, this is fun. This is fun in the afternoon. Actually, so much easier to do it when the markets are open. We are going to bring you some more coverage while the markets are open, coming very soon. So you guys stay posted. Thanks for joining me on the closing print.